Let's check out the money out of your super fund and how that can show up in your superannuation statement. So you can see up here on the screen, and this is something really important that you want to check every year when you receive your super statement. One thing is to check in that you're not paying too much in fees. Another thing to check in on is your insurance premiums and where they're landing, and then cross-referencing that with the amount of cover that you have. So let's go through a little bit of detail here on the early page here on a superannuation statement where you have the high level summary, and a little bit further into this video I'll go into some more detail so you can go and check out the more detailed information about each of these sections. So pinch your screen and spread it a bit bigger if you can't read that. But up the top there in the money out section, we have compulsory government contributions tax. Now we all pay a 15% contributions tax, so that should be a summary of the amount of tax that you have paid this year. So you can see for this, on this statement, there has been $28,000 of contributions at 15% tax. That is a little bit over $4,000 of contribution tax for the year. Then in the second line there, you can see the death and TPD insurances and the insurance premiums that have been paid. Now, as mentioned, that's something you want to look at, and you cross-reference your insurance cover, and I'll do another video on that to talk to insurance cover and how to check in on that. Then you have a look through further. There's admin fees, account keeping fees, and there's also some rebates in this statement here. So let's go further down into this statement now and have a look at the detail of what's happening every month in your super fund and what you should be checking on to make sure not too much money is going out of your super fund. So going further into the statement here is the higher level detail of what's been happening in this particular super fund and super statement, and it should look a lot like yours. So we can see down the side there, we've got specific dates for each transaction, a description of each of those transactions, and once again, pinch your screen so you can see those. You've got the insurance premiums, you've got the income insurance premiums, you've got an account keeping fee, admin fee, insurance admin fees and taxes, and then it gives you a total of that particular period of time. So let's go through each one. So if you have a look at the descriptions, it just talks to, at the top there, month-end deductions, and then further down there's an insurance premium tax rebate on this fund. So actually getting a little bit of a rebate back on your insurance premiums, and that's relative to the 15% contributions tax. Then we go across, there's the two insurance premium fees on this particular statement, so you can see what you're paying specifically for your death and TPD, and specifically what you're paying for your income insurance. Now this fund charges an account keeping fee and an admin fee, and they also charge an insurance admin fee. So have a look at yours and see if that compares reasonably to others in the market. This one seems to be quite low cost from an administration point of view, but looking at the insurance premiums, once again, it needs to be relative to the amount of insurance cover that you need for yourself. Maybe you need a little bit less, maybe you need a little bit more. There's nothing wrong with paying more for more cover if that's what you need as well. Then if you get that little bit further down into your statement, it starts to give you a high level summary of all the money that's come out of your fund for the year in total. So if we have a look here, here's the summary. The summary for this one is an admin fee of $611, $52 for account keeping, insurance admin fee of $22.20, and there's a subtotal there. And then another one to pay attention to is the one here in bold, which is fees and costs deducted from your investment. Now that is the fee that is related to the investment option that you are in, or in the investment options that you have chosen. And it's a really good idea to keep an eye on that you're not in an expensive investment option that is also, reducing your returns over time. So then you can see the total fees paid in this account. As we've gone through this video, we've sequenced through the high-level summaries, the high-level detail that you can get into to take a look. And it's really important that you do take a good look at this each year, because you don't want to be paying more than you should. A bit like everything in life, we don't want to overpay for things that we don't need or are unnecessary or are not delivering good outcomes for you. Look, a couple more videos to go. I'll talk a little bit more about investment options and insurance so we can cross-reference the cost versus the benefit. and looking forward to getting that one out as well in really high detail. If you've got any questions or any thoughts about the transactions and what you should be looking for, please pop something in the comments, and happy to respond.